y'all, it's me on the 1247, and thank you for tuning in to another episode, or whatever you want to call it, of Beauty and Beyond. Alright, today we are going to talk about crown brushes. Okay, so I made an order from crownbrush.com. Oh, it's been about around a 3 week ago mark or so, somewhere in there. And I ordered 9 brushes, and these are the brushes right here. And I'm going to tell you about these brushes, and I'm going to give you my opinion on them. So this will be a review. Okay, I'm going to start off with, this is the C100 Tapered Blush Brush, and it looks like this. First of all, my original, I don't know how you want to say it, my assumption of the brushes before I got them, I thought the handles would be much longer, but a lot of them are actually short handled, and I have small hands, so I prefer long handle brushes. So Crown Brush, create some brushes with longer handles. But anyways, other than that, this is, like I said, the C100 Tapered Blush Brush. My opinion of this brush is it washed very well. It did not bleed, because I've heard some people say that their brushes bleed. I didn't have any brushes that bled. It washed pretty well. It didn't shed any hairs. However, for this to be a tapered blush brush, I actually don't use it for blush. It can get right on that cheek line, make the fish face, but it's just not, I prefer a bigger brush for blush. I actually use my e.l.f. complexion brush for blush, as it is a whole lot larger than this. This is probably good for contouring maybe, but I don't use it for blush. It irritates me for blush. So, on to the next. This is the C410 Flat Concealer Brush. It looks like this. This is the brush with probably the most longest handle out of all of them, and it's still kind of short. But I love the brush itself. I use it every time I contour my eyebrows with concealer. I use this brush, excuse me. So yeah, I like it, and it's the C410 Flat Concealer Brush. Now all these brushes are either from the Studio series or just the basic Studio line. I'm not sure which brushes are from which line, because I don't have my order form. Since it's been so long ago, I misplaced it somewhere on my desk. So, but I will tell you it's between the Studio series and the basic Studio line. Okay, so the next brush I'm going to talk to you about is the C139, the Stiff Tapered Crease Brush, and it looks like this. Very pointy ended, very good to get in that crease area and make your crease very precise and defined. I love this brush. It's one of the best crease brushes that I've came across so far. I have one other brush that's a tapered crease brush. I can't remember by what company or what brand, but I'm liking this one just as much as I like the one that I used to use. The next brush is the C218, the Blending Fluff brush, and it looks like this. It's so big that I'm really confused on what the heck to do with this. It's kind of huge, and my eyes are small, so I I mean, if you want to get in there and blend, it will do some blending, and I have used it about once or twice, but it's just so huge. So if you have like more than one eyeshadow color in there, it's gonna be kind of hard to get to the precise color that you want to blend because it's so big. But it didn't shed any hairs. It washed pretty well. It just shed one hair just now, but other than that, it's fine. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's kind of big. So if you have real small eyes, you might find that brush a little hard to work with, especially, like I said, if you're wearing more than one eyeshadow. But if you're just wearing one or two and you want that top to be blended out, it would work perfect for that. The next brush I'm going to talk about is the C153 Large Chisel Fluff Eyeshadow Brush. This brush is another favorite of mine. I love it. It washed well. It did not shed. I'm in love with this thing. The only downfall I would say to it is that the handle is short. We need more long handle brushes, people. For people who have small hands, it's easier to work with if the handle is longer. I'm holding it like this and I gotta like really hold on to it. And it's just, the handles, you need to wait, Snide. The handles need to be longer, Crown Brush. Longer handles. They do have certain series that have longer handles. But I guess I didn't come across that because these are the ones I know it. But I love the brushes. The craftsmanship is blooper. Yeah, the craftsmanship is very well made. I heard from a couple other people on YouTube that Crown Brush actually makes brushes for other companies and other brands. So the craftsmanship is very well made. Very well. Hair is all intact, no problem. Okay, the next brush I'm going to talk to you about is the C138 Rounded Contour. Another favorite of mine. I love contour brushes. I love crease brushes, and I love blending brushes. I have like this big niche for those types of what do I want to say blush? Brush. B-R-U-S-H. Brush. But anyways, this is the C138 Rounded Contour. And I like this brush if you want, like, sometimes I do looks where I want a little bit of black in the very corner. And then I want to smoke it out. This is perfect for that, to put a color in the corner of your eye, maybe in the tear duct area or at the very end of your eye. This is a perfect brush for that. I would recommend it, and that is the C138 Rounded Contour. Two more brushes left. This is the C151 Small Chisel Fluff, and it is like this. Now, I ordered it because it looked very interesting online. However, when I got it, it is really tiny. So I was kind of surprised, like, okay, what do I do with this? I don't know. It looks like it could be a good concealer brush. I could say that much. If you wanted to conceal, it would be a good brush for that. Maybe to get in the corner of your eye, if you want to be more precise, it would be good for that. Or even just to put your concealer to do your eyebrows. But the actual use for it, I'm not really sure. If somebody knows, let me know. It's the C151 Small Chiseled Fluff Brush. I don't know. My last brush, which is even smaller, is the C141 Mini Contour. And it looks like this. Tiny baby brush. I don't really use this one, as the handle is much shorter than the rest of the brushes, as you can see. It's, I don't know, it would be good to get in the tear duct to put some color in there, right in that tear duct area. Or maybe if you wanted a defined or very precise line somewhere to separate one eyeshadow color from another, this would be good for that. But I really can't think of any other use for this other than that. Maybe a lip pencil brush to put lip gloss on because it is very tiny. So, all in all, these are all the brushes. I think I got about 9. With the shipping, it was about $30, 31, 32, somewhere in there. Shipping was pretty quick, couple of days, probably like close to, I'm trying to remember, probably like close to a week around in there, somewhere in that. It wasn't very long at all. All in all, I like crown brushes. I will be making another order of brushes sooner or later. Yeah, so pretty much you can find these at www.crownbrush.com. They have sets of brushes, and they also have series, like I said, where you can get the separate brushes. From most reviews I have seen, I would say it would be better to buy the brushes separate rather than buy them in a set, because to me, from what I've seen, the separate brushes that don't come in a set are much better. The craftsmanship are different, they're made better, they don't have the weird handles. It's just better to me to get the separate brushes and just pay for them separate. Each brush that I got was anywhere from $1 and some change from $2 and some change. I think the brush that cost the most was probably this brush here, and I think this brush was about $6.99. But all the rest of the brushes were between $1 and some change, between that to $2 and some change, so like around $3 or so. So the brushes are very reasonable. I recommend them. I've washed mine several times, have used them several times. So all in all, the brushes are cool. I will be making another order. If you have not checked out Crown Brush, do so. And that's pretty much my review. And if you have any questions, leave them below. Remember, rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm Latoya47, and thank you for tuning in another Beauty and Beyond. And I'm out. This is